This is the video that I chose for my discourse analysis project. It's an interview that Time Magazine does to Emma Watson, and the video is called 10 Questions to Emma Watson. The link is this one, and I'm going to play the first part of the video. So here we go.
I'm Radhika Jones from Time, and we're here with Emma Watson, who's starring in the new movie Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1. Thanks so much for being here, Emma.
Thank you for having me.
So I think we had a record number of questions for you, 1,600.
So
we better get started.
Wow, that's
and we've narrowed them down. I'm going to start with a very girly question for you. You look amazing with the new do. What made you cut it?
I think I just needed a change. You know, I'd had my hair long for 10 years when I was playing Hermione, and then when I finished filming, I needed to just do something different.
How would you describe yourself?
Well, that's the first part of the video, and let's move on to discussing what is discourse analysis. So, discourse analysis looks at the relationship between language forms and functions. This is basically what we are saying and what we are doing with the language. Now, within discourse analysis, we have the discourse structure, and there are 4 elements to the discourse structure. They are genre, audience, context, and purpose. Regarding this video, the genre would be an interview. The audience, it's Emma Watson and Radhika Jones, who is the interviewer, and just anybody who is watching the video. The context refers to everything but the language itself. So it's like the 2 women that are there, and the setting, which would be like the room. And finally, we have the purpose of the conversation, which is to answer the fans' questions they have for Emma Watson. Now, the first thing, I'm going to use R to refer to Radhika Jones, and E to refer to Emma Watson. And the first thing that we hear in the video is, I'm Radhika Jones from Time, and we are here with Emma Watson, who is starring in the new movie Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Thank you so much for being here, Emma. All of this information is known as the starter in spoken discourse. It's basically just giving background information so that the conversation can begin. Now, as you notice, I have these words underlined, and it's because they refer to something else. They're in written discourse known as exaphoric references, because, if we don't know what time is, we have to go somewhere else and look for that definition. And if we never heard about Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, they aren't explained in the video itself, so we have to look for them outside, right? Now, the video goes on, and this is the next thing we hear. And as you can see, I have this part and this part separated, because what happens here is that they start talking at the same time, so it's an interruption. And referring to classroom discourse and discourse outside of the classroom, we can see that discourse outside of the classroom is a little bit less formal, we can say, because there are interruptions, and this is a very good example. There's a lot more confidence to engage and just butt in the conversation. So let's continue, and The next thing we have in spoken discourse is known as transaction. A transaction is basically just a question and the response to that question, as we can see here. What made you cut it? That's the question. And this is everything that Emma Watson responds. So the question and the answer is known as a transaction. Now, this question is later in the video, but the question is, are you in your sophomore year now? And the response is yes. And then this is where it differs from a transaction. This is known as an exchange because we have the initiation or the question, we have the response, and however, in this case we have the follow-up or the comment. It's the extra element that makes this an exchange. Now, this is another question done to Emma Watson, and here there are other elements. For example, the question is, would you consider a profession outside of acting? Now, this phrase right here in the blue, what's a clause, is referring to an ellipsis because she starts answering but never actually finishes. So it would be, I think I would consider a profession, or I want to consider a profession, but it's just omitted. Now also referring to I want to be a Renaissance woman. This is known as the categoric references because Renaissance woman is pointing to I want to paint, I want to write, I want to act. And another way to look at this is that a Renaissance woman can be seen as a hypernym of painting, writing, acting, or the other way around, painting, writing, and acting are known as hyponyms of Renaissance women. So those are just some of the elements that we have seen in this semester and in this first part of that semester. So I know we will have a lot more elements, but that's it for now.